people of planet Earth. It is I, BADBIC, and you are watching Let Me Book the Territory, rolling with a skeleton crew here this afternoon. May may feel a little different, but we still gonna bring y'all the graps in the way that we know how to. So it's all good in the hood. Speaking of the hood, or used to be in the hood, not no more because he sold out. Corporate sellout dub in the building. What's going on?
In the building. I was like, "Whose hood?" I'm like, I ain't in nobody's hood no more. Like, I mean, there's some rich people like 5 miles north of me that I might consider my place the hood, but this ain't the
Right.
hood.
I feel
No,
that.
there's a Pilates and an Orange Theory within walking distance.
Oh yeah, you in gentrification central, my friend. That ain't
You know what's
happening.
crazy about my neighborhood is like I always considered where I'm at now in Royal Oak like the capital of gentrification before I knew what that word meant,
Yeah.
and it's like 10 times nicer than when I went down to Ohio for college. I came back and I was like, shit, I thought it was nice up here before. What's
Right.
going on? Like how do you gentrify the gentrifiers? Like it's crazy.
Right. I ain't know we was moving into second generation gentrifying.
It's
I ain't know
crazy.
that was possible.
It's crazy. According to my grandparents, a lot of poor white folk used to live here. Not no
Oh
more.
yeah, yeah. They moved on up in the east
Not,
side. Deluxe apartment in the sky.
not no more. For some reason, now they in Birmingham, which, hey guys, Birmingham, Michigan, way different than Birmingham, Alabama. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Oh, that, that's where that's where the football players and basketball players live.
Got you. Got you.
Money,
Got you.
money. Like you go on Birmingham on the right day in the summer, it'll look like Ocean Drive in Miami. Lambos and Ferraris just driving down the street, and it's just fucking normal.
Damn.
It's weird. I go up there when I want to feel really poor. But but my socioeconomic situation aside, it's the year-end show, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good. E-Ray's doing family things. The homie Sean is grinding because somebody got to pay for this podcast. But me and BA are here,
Yep.
and we got some stuff for you. We got some stuff for you. I came up with some stuff. This is gonna feel like real sports talk radio this episode, but roll with us here.
Yeah.
But BA, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, brother. If the our super duper engineer, the wise man, gonna probably sound out a lot of the craziness that's going on behind me. Since it's the afternoon we recording, BA has the kiddos in tow. So yeah, and that's and to be part of the corporate sellout life when you can just make your schedule, you gotta have your kids sometimes, 'cause
Facts,
especially when they on winter break.
facts.
So dealing with the karaoke machine currently screaming and throughout my household. So yeah, it's good times over here. Good
You know what
times.
you know what you should do when you like when we get finished podding?
What's
You
that?
should teach them to karaoke some wrestling themes, a little cult of personality. I mean, my time is now.
I'm here for it. They will.
Honestly, outside of those two, like if you just pick some current wrestling themes, they're only one verse long.
True. True.
I
So
mean,
I might be doing
Styles,
myself a favor.
Solo,
Right.
Carmelo, they're all one verse. Very, very easy songs.
Yep.
Shout out to Stevie Stone, who sounds like he might write his rhymes with crayon, but it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast in itself. But yeah, like you said, year in show. About to talk, like you said, talk a lot of shop here around who we think is the best in different categories and such. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting podcast for sure. But we can get into it. Um,
So
now,
let me ask you this
where should we
question.
start?
Let me ask let me
Um,
ask you this question before we get into the awards here.
yeah,
How do you feel about like wrestling as a whole right now? Because like AEW has had kind of a resurgent year. Obviously TNA started popping because I started watching. I take full credit for that. Same with Evolve. And I think the Fed has taken a little bit of a step back creatively, but you know, they still the Fed. They still the biggest, the largest, as Big X the Plug would say.
yes,
How do you
sir.
feel about like the current state of affairs, if you will?
Um, it's I feel all right, but I'm also worried too. To
Okay.
a little bit. Just because the Fed and Mr. What's the name, TKO, that want to put his hands in everything, got me kind of like thinking, is all of this reach by the Fed good for wrestling in general, or should, I mean, AEW is like the only real counter programming that's out there, AEW and the Indies. So and they got their hands in the Indies as well as the part as the Fed. So yeah, I'm not mad at the current state of the Graps world in general, but a little concern is there. I can't even lie.
Okay. Because like I think it's interesting, like the commercialism and like the amount of commercials and the stuff on the ring and all of that stuff, like that worries me a little bit about the Fed. But when I look at kind of what they're doing with their collabs, I would argue that like the WWE collab with Noah and like how they've integrated AAA and what they've done with TNA is better than what AEW did with like the same blueprint.
Right.
Because like AEW, not AEW, New Japan's global champion Yoshi, I forget his last name. He was like, honestly, if you left it up to me right now, we end this partnership with AEW today.
Hmm.
Because all we do is go over there and lose shit. And I was like, you're not wrong. I mean, like, outside of what, the guys in the Don Callis family, like, who from New Japan is going over there and winning shit?
True.
And then,
True.
when they had the partnership with CMLL, nobody that ever worked in AAA could be on the show at the same time,
Right.
which was crazy because, yeah, Penta and Ray Phoenix right there. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Right.
And
Right. Right.
Andrade
Right.
at the time too. Like, so it was crazy. But like, I am a little concerned, like with the amount of, hey, we can get all this advertising bread for whatever. Let's let's pump the brakes a little bit. You got enough.
Right.
You got enough. Um, what I thought was interesting on the WWE front is on Monday Night Raw, Joe Tessitore said this is their 58th sellout of the year. And I'm like, that's not a good number.
Nah, not at all.
When
That's
you
now
consider like weekly, they do, not counting NXT, they do 104 shows a year just on Raw and SmackDown. And then you
right.
add in 12 pay-per-views. I mean, you're already talking about 116 shows. And then not to mention
Mm-hmm.
the Saturday Night's pay-per-views they sprinkle in there. Like
Mm-hmm.
you talking about 120 shows and you saw not less than half of them.
Now, was
Like,
that number just for Raw or all these shows in general that were televised this year?
well, Joe Tessitore said there was their 54th sellout. So that tells me it was just like combined Raw and SmackDown.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
not
this would
good
have
at
been
all.
like the last Raw of the year.
Right.
So, and plus the year started on a Wednesday this year. So, I don't know. I don't think that number is too much to brag about,
Right. Right.
especially if they was like, not just talking weekly shows, they were talking all their shows. Uh, not great. Not great, guys.
Right. Right. That's
But
but no, in all honesty though, they love touting those ridiculous numbers. Like, so maybe somebody in TKO had to think that was cool because they would have never let it go on TV.
facts.
So um and who knows, maybe they wasn't selling out Raws and SmackDowns in the Vince era like that. I don't know. Towards the end at least. Because they never announced
That's a
shit
good
like
point.
that. So that has
I
to
mean, the number
be.
sounds good when you don't put it in context, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But when you think about it, yeah, it's not that amazing in the end of the day. So yeah, it's that is interesting though.
Yeah. Maybe it's just us. You're right, guys. It's not all doom and gloom. Um, but let's get to these awards.
Yes.
First up, male superstar of the year. BA, give me your wrestling male superstar of the year and give me some reasoning. I'm interested.
Okay. Now I didn't have time to think about all of these things when they came out as far as the agenda goes. So I'm flowing straight off the top of the head here with a lot of this stuff. Um, so, but my male superstar of the year, I would have to say, is CM Punk. Now that's no,
Ooh,
there's
okay.
no bias there,
Daddy, can you
and the
cover me in
reason being,
Max
and the reason
again?
being is because hold up, Journey. And the reason being is because um he got his main event at WrestleMania. He
Mm-hmm.
held the world title twice this year, technically speaking. Um,
That's a good point.
he's been kind of like he if Cody Rhodes is QB1, CM Punk has been QB1A as far as they have been featuring
Is
him
does
a
that make
lot.
is CM Punk the Mike linebacker there?
Yeah. He's the QB on the defense,
Okay, there
basically.
we go.
Yeah, I like that. So as far as everything goes with Punk being the male superstar of the year, it's because like he's held down Raw. Even with Seth going away, they still found ways to make him interesting and all that kind of stuff. So
Dad,
yeah.
Facts.
Daddy,
Okay.
can you?
Okay. So let me think. So that was a very compelling argument for Chick Magnet Punk, Phil Brooks. But I'm gonna go in a different direction. I'm not going world champions. I'm going Dirty Dominic Mysterio. I think he is like clearly the most over guy in the company right now. Um, they trusted him to carry two belts for two of their brands, to carry that AAA Mega Championship, which by my count, I think is the oldest championship in wrestling
I think it
currently.
is. Yeah, I think that is.
Like that's a lineage of a title right there. And like when you really like look at how they peppered in the AAA shows, that brother was working. He would do a Raw, he would pop up on SmackDown randomly, then he'd be at a AAA show. Like I think the presence of Dom really elevates that El Grande Americano character, which, guys, that's not supposed to work, but it fucking works because Ludwig Kaiser speaks phenomenal Spanish in a German accent. And because like they got Dom as a heel just to buy into it, that elevates that thing even further than because it was not supposed to go anywhere. I promise you, they didn't have a long story written with El Grande Americano and then bring in Dunn and Bate into it. That that was made up on the fly. I promise you.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no doubt about it.
and in addition to all of that, he gets to make out with Liv every Monday, and got to flirt with Roxanne a little bit, and then still gets to go home to his wife.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I mean, and then on top of that, you look at the list of people who beat John Cena in his retirement run: Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, I'll give you that. I wasn't thinking about that aspect of the
I
Dom
mean,
argument.
like it's it's up there. Like he really is the future. I would say Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, and Obafemi are the future of that company. Like,
Yeah,
and for them to get them so
yeah,
young, like they're all under 30, for them to get all of those guys so young, like the future is very bright. So,
right.
Dom Mysterio of the Judgment Day, you are my male superstar of the year. Get well soon. He got a shoulder injury in Mexico, wrestling his deadbeat dad.
I was about to say that
Um,
storyline is gonna be great when it kind of like it was poetic the fact that Rey Mysterio hurt him, so that just feeds more
that
into the
yeah,
deadbeat dad.
I can't wait for that promo. Like, yeah, they might need to run that back at Mania.
Yeah, I agree.
With Dominic winning, like that's gonna be a good one. And but they say he's not gonna have surgery and he's gonna be back the week of the Rumble. So pretty excited for that one. But you know what? I'm gonna call audible here. Next up, breakout superstar of the year.
Okay. Hmm. Breakout superstar of the year. Breakout superstar. Let me think about the brands. Breakout superstar. I'd have
This
to
one's tough.
say, uh, I gotta say Jade Cargill. She pops out
Ooh.
in my mind when I think about breakout stars this year.
Okay.
Um, I was kind of scrolling on IG earlier, and I saw her like wrap up of the year, and I was thinking back. I was like, damn, she has been through a lot this year. They had her on the shelf for a little bit. Then she came out, had the great debut again, re-debut at Elimination Chamber when she beat the shit out of Naomi.
Put
Um,
hands and feet on that woman.
oh yeah. Um, and then the fact that they put the title on her back, um, so not early in her run, but it's
It
it's
feels
pretty
on
dope.
time, honestly.
Yeah,
It feels on
absolutely.
time. I'm gonna go for mine while you go deal with your children.
Oh, for sure.
Um, my breakout superstar of the year. Woo. I mean, because you talking about Kaylani Jordan had a year. Sol Ruka had a year. Um, I I got. I know it's gonna sound kind of counterintuitive here, but I gotta say Obafemi, man. Like Obafemi went from hey, he's a real dominant NXT champion to he looks he looks like the next big thing. He looks like the guy they're gonna bring in to retire Lesnar. Shit, maybe retire Styles and Orton too. I don't know how long those guys gone. But we know Styles is done this year. But he went from a guy who's like, oh, he's the ruler of NXT to yo, y'all need to hurry up and get that belt off of him. We got plans right now. Um, yeah, I mean, just Obafemi, he's just that guy. Like we knew, I knew him particularly very early. Shout out to E-Ray who didn't see it at first. He will never live that down. But
Right.
I was like, oh, this guy gonna be something. Greatest Nigerian prospect since Giannis. And then when he showed up on Saturday Night's Main Event, just from that entrance alone, I was like, oh, that's what the kids call aura right there.
Oh yeah.
Like
I
it's
can't
right. Like
I can't
it's
deny
crazy.
that.
You see it on NXT and on that smaller stage, and you're like, man, this entrance is really cool on NXT. But then when
Right.
they showed it at Saturday Night's Main Event, I was like, no, this different.
Yeah.
This is different. So I'm giving Obafemi my breakout star of the year. And that being said, BA, so I was thinking, have you seen the vignettes you're doing for Obafemi on Raw and SmackDown?
I did catch the one that's most recent on Smack
Does he
on
lose
Raw.
that title to Leon Slater on Tuesday?
Ooh.
Because it
And
don't look like they want to wait.
nah, and they even said you just sent that report out about them being like unbelievably impressed with how his touch on the main roster has gone with the Saturday Night's Main Event and
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown appearance. So yeah, he it looks like they gonna pull that trigger very, very, very soon. I'm thinking Rumble appearance to debut him because of how they kind of showcasing them in these vignettes and stuff.
What number would you debut on that?
Like 11.
Okay.
11 comes to mind.
I was thinking like 20.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think 11 might be too early because like, the Rumbles that's a whole thing. That's a marathon. Granted, I'm
Right.
not saying he ain't got the win for it, but there's a shit ton of moving parts. I think in 20 you can put him in there with the final four and, 4 or 5 guys that he can just eliminate in dominant fashion. And then like, I would put him in the final four of the Rumble to like just kind of let you know, hey, this guy's it.
Right.
This guy's it. And then if the plan is for Brock to retire at the end of 2026, I'd have him eliminate Brock.
Mm,
I'd
yeah,
have him eliminate Brock.
yeah,
Because if you want somebody to retire Brock Lesnar, it has to be Obafemi.
yeah. There's nobody else that can do it and make it believable for him to leave on his back. That's the only person that would make that a believable thing. They can't f that up for real. With having somebody that shouldn't have any business beating Brock doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they have no choice but to have Oba be that guy,
Yeah.
no doubt.
So I'm all for that. Obafemi, Breakout Star 2025.
Okay,
Just be on the lookout for him just to be main eventing your roster in 2026. Like
yeah,
it's happening. Does it look like SmackDown's getting like all the niggas?
that's what it feels like between him, Oba, Trick, um,
Like they
who
said, because
else?
SmackDown's going to 3 hours, and they said like reinforcements are on the way. And Javon clearly went to the main roster in the sky after his match with Ricky from Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Javon's clearly a SmackDown guy. Um, I mean,
Lash Legend as well.
Lash is there. I like her new music, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even get a chance to hear it yet.
Yeah, I realized it was new. Like when I rewatched SmackDown, I was like, oh wait, that's new music. Okay,
Okay.
they're high on her. I mean, Trick Williams is right there, and Melo has the U.S. title now. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
Um, Shout out to that match. Melo and Ilya might be wrestling soulmates.
I think they are, in all honesty.
Like you
Oh,
talking about 4 matches, 4 bangers.
right.
Like it's crazy. But yeah, and then the Oba call up, like that's a great guy to take that belt off of Cody and Cody not lose anything.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like a lot of people on SmackDown are Cody's size or smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Oba not.
Yeah, he's like the only nah, I was about to say you got Damian Priest lurking there. He's kind of a bigger
Well,
guy.
okay. Damian Priest and Aleister Black are gonna have a feud for the next 5 years. So you can just take them out of it. It seems like they just gonna have a forever feud. Like
Definitely what it seems like. They got like an ambulance match coming up on SmackDown.
shit been
Um
going on for 8 months, and you're like, all right, I guess.
Usually an ambulance match is like the end of a feud though. So you would imagine this should be it, right? I would hope.
I thought it was over 3 months ago.
Right, fair enough.
Then he started throwing fireballs in people's faces and got his wife into it.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, they got to call Lola Vice up too, and have her and Selena get into it. Which, listen, that's a lot of fine in one ring.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of
Um,
explode going on
that's a
there.
lot of fine. Speaking of fine in one ring, you think my girl Jada getting called up too?
She ain't been on TV in a
She
minute.
ain't been on TV in a minute.
Shoot. I mean, she just might be. It's because of the popularity of her. Um, or I don't
And
know though.
again, they
I
they
don't
say that
know.
SmackDown roster need a lot of help, and I agree.
True. 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 I mean, do you think she's ready in ring wise to make that jump?
I mean, if Maxine Dupree's been on TV, then yes.
Fair point there.
And I'm a Maxine fan. But to watch somebody grow into a competent wrestler on like live national television in premier spots, yeah, like because Maxine wasn't like the greatest talker in the world. Where you'd be like, all right, she can do this great, and then we'll figure out the in ring stuff. She was a cool talker. She has a look, and then she figured it out in ring, and now she's an IC champion.
Right.
Jada's a top tier talker, like top tier. And I think
Right.
her ring work has been. It started off good to me, and then it just got better to where she's putting on competent matches. Like her match with Roxanne was fire,
Right.
fire. If you remember that, like in the
Yeah.
matches with Lola Vice, fire. So like I think, yeah, she's good enough. I mean,
Okay, that's fair. The
Oh,
Maxine Dupree
I think
point
she's better
is
in ring than Kiana James. And Kiana James is, you know, they put her next to Julia because Julia can't talk. Yeah.
the
Speaking
love
of
you,
which,
Julia, but yeah,
yeah, I'm great in the ring. I just don't get it overall. What makes you madness?
I don't
Like,
know.
cool, you're beautiful. I get it. What's the madness? Like, is it March Madness? Is it Joker Madness? Is it summertime sadness? Like,
I don't know. I'll be here for it. You know, I like different stuff, so I'll be here for
I know, and
it.
an Italian woman who only speaks Japanese, that's that's your bag right there for some reason.
Absolutely, absolutely.
With that being said, female superstar of the year. I'll go first here, BA. I gotta go with my girl, EO.
Mm,
Best match
yes,
on that Mania card. Um, World champ, and they made the decision to keep that belt on her with Bianca and Rhea in that Mania match, and then she proceeded to just she delivers every single time she's out there. Um, she's arguably the best in ring worker on the women's side, walking planet Earth today. Um, I gotta go with her. Um, because guys, let's be real, we're pretty much a WWE first podcast because Mercedes already got hers, and let's be real.
yeah, true. I can't deny that. Female superstar for me has got to be hmm JC freaking Jane.
Oh, JC two belts.
Yeah, she had a hell of a year. Um, she, like you said, JC two belts. She had that era where she held the TNA, the Knockouts title. With the NXT title, she's a two-time NXT champion now. They trust her. They trust her a lot. Um, and she keeps Fatal Influence relevant and on TV. Even though they lost one of the finest side pieces of Fatal Influence, they haven't skipped a beat. uh,
Yeah, RP to Jasmine Nix,
right.
but Laney Reed is a hell of a replacement.
I agree. Speaking of liking
We
different
are a
stuff.
Laney Reed fan pod, especially with E right now here right now.
Right, absolutely. So yeah, JC two belts does it for me as the female superstar of the year.
It's amazing when like a little motivation can do for you because they told JC, "Hey, you're a great number two," and she was like, "Oh, y'all gonna learn today," and then just kept elevating herself. And because let's be real, guys, all fans out there, none of y'all picked JC to win both of those belts, let
I
alone
know
one
I
of them.
didn't.
We was like, there, we was like, there's no way. What?
Right,
Give her one belt, okay? Both of them, both.
right,
I can't see it. I can't see it.
right.
But yeah, more fatal influence on our TVs. Um, do you think she drops that belt to Kendall Gray next week?
I don't. I don't think she does. I can't see them putting all of that on Kendall Gray right now. Um, as far as the Evolve title plus the NXT title, that would be wild and crazy to me. But crazier things have happened, but I just don't see it. I don't see them letting
Okay.
Kendall Gray do that.
I'm like, I'm a little torn on this one because like Kendall got them grabs.
She do.
She really got them grabs. But she's on Evolve for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to fill out the roster. Speaking of filling out rosters, BA, you'll be happy to know that the rumor is Nikita Lyons is getting called up to SmackDown.
Really?
She's been working main event recently, and they're like, I definitely think they sent her down there to rehab her knee, B, figure out her new style as she drops some lbs, and C, just to fill out that roster. Like, I don't think she was down there for developmental reasons.
Right.
I think she was one of the ones that, like, hey, need you to help fill out this roster. And when Natty's not saying no to nothing, you can't say no as a female superstar.
True.
Um,
True.
I think Natty's messing up for everybody. Like, can't nobody say no to nothing. You're like, oh, you're not gonna do this? Natty would do it.
Right.
Fine,
In a
all right,
heartbeat.
fine. I'll go work Mexico. I'll go to Bloodsport. Yeah, okay. I'll do it all.
Right.
Fine.
Right.
But yeah, like she worked the main event taping. Apparently she worked the one in Grand Rapids. I should have drove my ass out there.
I would
That's a
have.
long drive.
I would have figured it out.
They take 3 shows: Raw, SmackDown, and main event. That's a lot of grabs.
Yeah, it is.
That's an AEW
Imagine
pay per view.
imagine sitting at that show. Just all that graps. Just like, oh, it's oh, Raw's over, up, SmackDown starting, up, SmackDown's over. Main event starting. So yeah, that would be
Like,
nuts.
oh, main event's over. Dark match that they put on at the end to make sure everybody stays. Oh my god, this is brother. I went to 2 SmackDowns where they were taping 205 Live afterwards. Nigga, that's a long night.
Oh yeah,
That is
no
a
doubt.
long
You leaving at
night.
like 12:30, 1 o'clock, damn near. If you stay for all that.
Yeah, and those were in Toledo, which it was easy to get out of. I can't imagine like doing that in like Detroit or Cleveland, where like trying to get out of the arena and get to your car is a little bit of a trip.
Right.
Like
Right.
that, boy.
It's a
Like,
lot to
hey,
ask.
shout out to
Man.
everybody who be going to those long ass AEW pay per views in major cities.
Right.
Like,
That's
because I know y'all got to be close to ODing on caffeine. Because the energy that those matches take out of you, like, you got to be zombie mode.
Oh, no doubt.
You got
Every
to be
match is
zombie mode by the end
just
of it.
every match is a main event esque type of effort. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Could not imagine. Can't do it.
It's crazy.
So next one up, the Kendrick Lamar Hater of the Year. Now, I gotta say, as I think about this category, a couple people come to mind. I think the obvious choice would be Drew again, but there is some other hating going on. I would say my biggest hater of the year, to keep it different, would be Bronson Reed, because that motherfucker, between the shit that he did to Roman earlier this year, made a whole gimmick out of stealing this man's shoes. The whole like putting people on PTO.
On this pod.
Oh yeah, putting people on PTO with the tsunamis through cars, multiple occasions. The kaiju match that he had with Braun Strowman when he was still on the roster. Yeah, you gotta, if we gonna switch it up, because I feel like Drew's the easiest pick. Gotta go with Bronson Reed, man. He's been putting in some great hateration this year.
We ain't seen LA Knight since.
Oh yeah, that man.
He put that brother through a car. I was like, oh, LA Knight must really want some time off. LA Knight got to spend all of the holidays at home.
Oh, yep.
All of them.
Yep.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. LA Knight got to spend all the holidays at home. Bronson Reed was like, nah, it's a wrap. Right. So I was gonna pick Seth Rollins for Hater of the Year, simply for the ruse of the century when he came out and dropped those crutches. Because he said, as long as I'm breathing, you'll never hold that world title. And that brother had to basically destroy his shoulder to let CM Punk hold that title.
Right.
So I was going to give it to Seth until I watched SmackDown on Friday, when Drew said, Cody, when I send you to hell, tell your dad I said hi. I was like, that's the most hater shit I've ever heard in my life.
Right. Right. That's why I was saying, man, Drew's been doing some shit still this year as far as being a
He
hater.
apologized to the ref and then said, "I'm sorry you weren't good enough to be a wrestler, so you had to be a referee, the ultimate corporate stooge. I'm
Damn.
sorry your wife had to look at a real man kick you in the face." And then the shit he was like tweeting back and forth with Naomi when he was just beating up on Big Jim. Like,
Right. That was good
listen,
shit too.
like he came out and just defended his title. I got to give Drew all the credit in the world. Like, everything else Drew has done is cool. Drew has had a very, very good WWE run. Two-time world champion, carried the company through the pandemic, like one of the few people to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He's won a Rumble. Like, I think the only thing he hasn't done since he's been back is win the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because he had the IC title in his first run, so
Yeah.
and you can't go backwards. Not with the way he came in.
Nah.
Um, so yeah, like all the stuff he's done, I think he's found his character. His character is just being a hater,
No doubt.
and it's great.
That's what he specializes in. That's what he does well at. He exceeds in it. I was gonna say I think we should my argument to change the name of the award from Kendrick Lamar to 50 Cent Hater of the Year award. Cause
Ooh, yeah,
I ain't seen some hate like that man's been putting on this year in quite some time. I don't think I've ever seen the level of hate.
yeah.
That man lives off of it. So yeah, no doubt there.
I He made a documentary because he hate that man. And it's crazy.
Right, right, right,
Made a
right.
documentary about how much he hated Diddy, and they say it all happened because Diddy said, "Hey, yo, man, when you gonna let me take you shopping?" And then from that point forward, 50 hated him
Right,
because he knew what time it was.
right, right,
50 was offended at the idea that you think I'm gonna let you do me the way you be doing all these other people.
right.
Nah. Now I hate you, and now I'm gonna ruin your life, and I'm gonna dedicate my life to ruining your life. Shit's crazy. Shit's
Oh
crazy.
man, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Can't.
but Kendrick did turn hating another man into like the biggest year of his career, though.
True, true. Show me what you can do with some hate, man. You do wonders with it.
I mean, I learn every day from either Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, or Drew McIntyre that I'm not hating hard enough. I'm not living up to the levels of hate that I could be.
Right.
So I'm gonna try that. But as you go on mute to deal with Journey again, shout out to Journey. I'm gonna talk about my match of the year here.
For sure.
Match of the year for me is John Cena's love letter to wrestling. I'm talking about John Cena versus AJ Styles. Um, a match that I guess, you know, John said the fans clamored for this match, him and AJ Styles one more time. I didn't know the fans were clamoring for it. In my head, I wanted to see it, but I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, the fans made this happen. No, they didn't. You just didn't have the Rock, so you had to pivot a lot. And obvious pivot was right there. John and AJ four. Um, I think AJ has a legit argument of being John's best rival. Like,
Hmm.
granted, other people have way more matches and different stories to be told, but when you talk about a rival, like AJ Styles walked in there and they were like, yeah, this needs to happen at some point. And then you got the Styles heel turn that led to Styles getting the WWE title, the most deserved world title run of all time, in my opinion. And then it led to John Cena getting his 16th by beating Cena at the Rumble. Um, and then you get this fourth match where John A is allowed to give AJ Styles his flowers by giving the note card to Alicia Taylor to just read off all of AJ Styles' accomplishments that you could fit into like 10 seconds because,
Yep.
guys, the list is enormous. Um, and then for them to go on and have this banger with John just doling out all the finishers of all his, opponents past. Like, when he hits the Sister Abigail on AJ Styles and all the fireflies go up, man, I ain't cried, but there's some tears right here.
A little
It got
thud
real
teary.
allergic in my household. You know what I'm saying? Um, but for me, like that's my match of the year right there because it was everything you loved about professional wrestling in one encapsulated thing. So that's my personal match of the year. BA, what you got?
um, my personal match of the year, I would have to say, the Elimination Chamber main event for the men. Um, because it was a lot going on in that match. It started off kind of like normal Elimination Chamber stuff, nothing really to write home about, but the way Seth stole that from CM Punk to keep that hateration going, for his honorable mention bid for hater of the year, and then leading up to the the heel turn, even though the heel turn sucked in hindsight as far as what they did with it. That moment was huge. Can't take that moment away. Can't take the moment away in the match when John and CM Punk closed out the match. Um, it was pure sports entertainment to me. The way it all went down. So I gotta pick that as my match of the year.
So
Just
looking back now, how do you feel about the heel turn? Like,
uh,
granted, we know like Rock bowed out, Travis Scott decided he didn't want to really work.
right.
All that being said, how do you feel about the heel turn itself?
I would have to say it's kind of convoluted. On one hand, with the heel turn, the moment was awesome. Watching Cena betray Cody and had a mean mug on, and then in the other sense of it, on the other hand, there was no payoff. There was no payoff for it. That's why when people try to argue that being bigger than Hogan turning heel with the NWO, I can't see that because at the end of the day, they didn't they Hogan created a whole character off of that turn, whereas Cena,
Okay.
he had tried to create this new mean old man get off my lawn type of curmudgeon character, but they pivoted so quick when they had to in August at SummerSlam, back to Cody. So
It was
yeah,
just, hey, I'm not this guy anymore. And Cody's like, yeah, you're right. And then next thing you know, they wrestle the next night, and you're like,
right.
all right, that was weird.
Go for it, kid.
Um, Let me think. Is the Cena heel turn bigger than the Hogan heel turn? I mean, that's tough because the Hogan heel turn sets the stage for the Cena heel turn. Um, and if you remember, the final payoff of the Hogan heel turn was that super botched arcade match that, in
Mm,
my opinion, started the downfall of WCW
that's
when
fair.
Hogan said, "Not today, brother." It it all went downhill from there. All of it.
Oh man, you can blame
All
Sting not being tan enough. Is why he said, "Not today, brother. Not today."
like as a guy who was like, I was all in WCW at this point. It all went downhill from there. Like,
Oh, no doubt.
and I'm talking like Wiley Coyote running off the hill and then holding up the sign. Like, it was as close to a free fall as possible from there.
Right. Well, they couldn't get that. They couldn't get that momentum back, as far as what that meant.
I think the problem with the Cena heel turn is that they should have used him more.
Yeah, it
Like,
was hard with the limited dates. I agree.
like he said in interviews, like it takes like 2 years to get this over. But if you know you got a year and you know you can use them for 220 dates, fucking do it. Like,
Right,
How do you become?
especially if you're gonna
How
make
do you
this
become a heel?
humongous heel pivot.
Yeah,
They should have. If they that just tells you that they were just kind of flying by the seat of their pants with John Cena.
and if you knew you weren't gonna like, I guess at this point John had booked other stuff by the time they found out they couldn't use Travis and Rock anymore, but they should have cashed in on like all those dates to start off with. Because one, you can sell more merch, which come on TKO, let's sell more
right,
merch.
right,
Two, he can do more things. Like, and then when you decide to do this heel turn, he can do more things to make you be heel. He can go beat up Rey Mysterio. Because let me tell you, if you want to get booed, beat up Rey Mysterio. It
that's why he's
works.
there.
It works to a degree
Right,
because guys, if you haven't been to a WWE show in a while, Rey Mysterio still gets the loudest pops.
it's
It
crazy to
goes,
me.
it goes like Cody, it goes Punk, and it goes Ray. And after
Right,
Ray, whoever's in fourth is a distant fourth.
true,
And I mean distant.
true.
And I'm not counting your part timers. So obviously we all know when your tribal chief shows up, that's a pop. And Seth's on the shelf, so he's not counted. But listen, that Rey Mysterio pop is so real. He's so beloved that if you want a heel to get over, he has to beat up Rey Mysterio. That's just the rules. That's why the Vision is beating up Rey Mysterio right now.
Right, right.
And like,
Good point.
and they don't need the extra heat because like they took out Seth, they took out LA Knight. Like they're Logan Paul is already a not likable guy.
Right.
It's all there. But they're like, we gotta really make sure. We gotta really make sure. Hey Ray, what are you doing on Monday? I guess I'm in a match. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. You want some time off? No time off. No. I see how you guys do PTO approvals.
Right.
I'm good
No,
on
thank
that.
you. No mas.
Yeah, just put me on a stretcher and
But
have somebody
yeah,
swing me
man.
at the ring post.
Any other categories you can think of for this year? Um,
I would say tag team of the year, but WWE doesn't care about tag team wrestling
I was gonna say the same thing. They could care less, um, which is crazy to me. We
because
have some of
honest
the best
question right
tag
now,
teams.
who are the SmackDown tag team champions?
Believe it's still the Wyatt Six
For what? For why?
because they got the MFTs coming after them, which is another for what for why.
So
Uh,
BA, if I told you on SmackDown you have the Gorillas of Destiny, the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and the Street Profits on the same fucking show, please explain to me why your tag team champions are Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy.
it's not excusable. I can't justify it with anything uh outside of them just not caring what that happens with that division. There's like you said, there's too many tag teams that people will want to see. Are the Motor City Machine Guns hurt? I haven't heard or seen them in a grip or heard talk of them.
No, they're just off TV right now.
Crazy.
Like they show up to a wrestling school that's like 2 miles from me every Tuesday and just run seminars.
Must be beautiful. I guess to get that WWE paycheck and be told that we don't need you this week and continuously told we don't need you this week. To a point where you can just go do what you want to do. Like
It's crazy.
that's some real sellout life
Like
right
you're
there.
talking about arguably the greatest tag team in New Japan history. You're talking about two of the guys who turned NXT into what it is today, and one of the greatest technical wrestlers walking planet Earth, and Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. You're talking about the Motor City Machine Guns, your favorite tag team's favorite tag team, arguably the forefathers of what tag team wrestling is today. And you're talking about the Street Profits, one of the most highly entertaining tag teams of the past decade, highly decorated, like can do whatever you need them to do. And don't get me wrong, I like Joe Gacy a lot. I was a Joe Gacy guy when we were confused about what the fuck his gimmick was when he was like a weird youth pastor. Um, and Dexter Loomis, he can go. He can go. I'm still not sold on the dreads. Kind of weird. But again, just let the Wyatts be creepy and just pop around all your brands. They don't need those titles.
I agree.
Like those titles, you could put those on any one of those four teams I mentioned and just have them go, and you could have a tag team renaissance, the likes of which we've never seen.
Right.
Because like in WWE history, especially in recent history, we haven't had a tag team division that's like this stacked with like Hall of Fame type talent as teams. Like, we had the Usos New Day runs, but those were two teams. And then every so often they would like insert another team like was it the Lucha Dragons, I think it was, Sin Cara and Callisto. Like they would
Mm-hmm.
insert a third team every so often, but it always came down to New Day, Usos. And that was
Right.
it. But on SmackDown right now, you have four tag teams, three of them who could be, Hall of Famers in different organizations. And all right,
Floundering, man. It's
frustrated,
sad.
frustrated.
It's sad.
I'm clearly frustrated. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Bold prediction. Give me. Let's do some bold predictions. Um, let's do like three apiece.
Okay.
Um, I see. I want to start off, but I got so many floating around in my head that fuck it. Here we go. Bold prediction. Soruka wins a world title on Raw SmackDown
Oh
before
wow.
July. Before July.
Wow. That is a
They are
bold
sold
prediction.
on her. She's figured it out. I think she just needs to drop that dead weight
Mhm.
and she will be rocket ship attached.
I mean that's I mean I would see Intercontinental gold or US title gold, but
It's
women's
too easy.
title,
It's too easy.
I don't know, man. That's bold as hell.
It's too easy. Well, I mean, not that bold. My original bold prediction was she was going to win the Rumble.
Yeah, that's super bold. Um, my bold prediction to counter would be Logan Paul will win a world title.
This is every AEW fan's like dream/nightmare
Oh yeah, a
because they
YouTuber
want it to
winning a world
happen
title.
to shit on the Fed, but they also don't want it to happen because they don't want to have to hear about it from their friends who don't really watch wrestling. Yeah, that. Whew.
I can see it, man, because the vision
I
as
can
it
too.
stands will not be what it is this time next year, and I could see Heyman managing Logan Paul with the belt. I could see the vision. No pun intended. Uh, so yeah, yep. Logan Paul will hold some world title gold of some
Okay,
sort.
okay, I'm not mad at that. Ooh, all right. Next bold prediction. Ooh, this one's tough. You know what? I'm gonna switch gears all the way. AEW bold prediction. Bobby Lashley beats MJF for that AEW world title.
Hmm.
It needs to happen. Um, and I know Tony has said, I forget who he said, like he could see being a world champion, and people were like, Bobby Lashley's right fucking here. The way the stuff with the Hurt Business ended, the story, it writes itself. They can lean into MJF's questionable tweets on race. Um, They can lean into the fact that there is no more legit person on that roster than Bobby fucking Lashley, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense. So, bold prediction number 2: Bobby Lashley beats MJF for that title.
Okay. I can do an AEW bold prediction too. You ain't the only one that can do
Okay,
that.
what you got? What you got?
Mercedes Monet will be titleless at some point in 2026. She
No, you
won't
got to put a
have.
date on it. Put a date on it because she's already
Oh,
lost 2 titles.
give me. What is it? Is All In June?
Sure.
Where's the wise man when you need him?
I know it's after Mania, so sure.
Yeah. By All In, Mercedes Monet will be titleless.
Ooh, I like this one.
And if All In isn't in June, by June, she will be titleless.
I like that. I like that a lot. Uh, bold prediction number 2. Finn Balor will win a world title in 2026.
But would you and E-Ray love that?
I am keeping the agenda going.
That's
Finn
hilarious.
Balor. You know what? They always do a trial run with somebody after Mania to say, like, hey, can this work? You know, this year it was Jey Uso winning it at Mania, and then they decided this won't work. Finn Balor is that guy this year. They're going to decide to put a world title on him. I don't know which one. I mean, it's looking like the rumors are saying that the end of the Judgment Day is coming in 2026. And I think that's mostly due to the fact that it's time to put Dom in a bigger spot. But that being said, Finn Balor, consummate professional, locker room leader.
Yeah.
You can do worse than the founder of the Bullet Club who hasn't had a carb since 1947.
These are facts.
So that's my number 2, Finn Balor, world title 2026.
Okay. My number 2 is gonna have to be
Sounds like your children are summoning demons.
Yeah, that's the karaoke machine in the background. It's ridiculous. My neighbors gotta hate me. As my children are trying to awaken the dead. Damn, let me think here. I would say AJ Styles is not retiring in 2026.
Woo! I love it.
He's not retiring.
I love it. Because that man's limping. Name time is not on camera. So, I mean, I hope you're right, but that brother hurt.
Yeah, he might take some time off, but he ain't retiring. He ain't retiring.
Oh, damn. So you saying he about to get hit with 29 tsunamis?
He just might.
Alan, how much time you want off? 6 months. All right. Hey, Bronson. Got a job for you.
Right.
All right. I like that. I like that. As a Styles apologist and the guy who will be on the spot crying when the day Styles retires, I'm for putting that off as long as possible.
I feel it.
My bold prediction number 3 to me is not that bold. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Bianca Belair makes her return at the Rumble, wins the Rumble, and beats Jade for the world title at WrestleMania.
That's not that bold. I could see that happening.
But I need both things to happen.
Okay.
And Jade has to hold that belt to Mania as well.
That's bold.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
a lot of things have to happen there.
True.
I think part of the reason I say that is because, like, WWE really missed out on like a watershed moment of having two black women in the world title match at Mania when first time it happened because it was during the pandemic and there were, other things going on like the world ending. So I think doing it again, you can be like, hey, second time it's ever happened. Or knowing how WWE is, they might just erase off to make some history and say first time ever. And you're like, eh. And to do it with those two, like, yeah, that could be something special. Something like very special.
No, no doubt, no doubt. Um, I would say, for my last bold prediction, mm, give me. No, they never led. That's too bold. Oh, let me see. Uh, Obafemi will be the one to dethrone Carmelo Hayes' U.S. title.
Damn, why you pitting black men against each other like that?
I know, man. I'm sorry. Black on black fights. I know. But Oba gotta come. He's coming for gold. Um, and that match will be crazy as far as the stuff that Carmelo would be doing in there. Even Oba, even Oba. Um, so yeah, because I think Oba's gonna end up being on SmackDown. Him taking that belt off of Carmelo Hayes would be pretty bold in my opinion.
Is SmackDown just gonna be the nigga show? I mean, you got Lash, you got Mello, you got probably Trick, probably Oba, and Cody Rhodes is our champion. I mean,
Yep. Oh yeah.
come on.
I feel it. That's
And
what it is.
listen, internet. I know how much y'all hate this Cody Rhodes Negro icon thing, but let me put some stuff out there for you.
Right.
Cody Rhodes helps Ricky Sainz get his job at NXT. Cody Rhodes gave a spot to Oba Femi at night was it Saturday night's main event and let Oba Femi shine. Shine, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Um, married to a beautiful black woman, so he had nice black children. Like gave tweeted about Carmelo Hayes, saying Carmelo Hayes is that guy. And
Right.
Carmelo Hayes responded saying, "Thank you, my QB1."
Mm.
Cody Rhodes be putting on for the culture. He really
Oh,
he really be
absolutely.
trying to help us out.
He get it. He
Cody
gets it.
Rhodes. I mean, granted, gave the green light for them to go sign Jay Cargill. Granted, they probably wanted to, but I'm sure Cody helped.
Oh, no doubt.
It's all there. He tried and failed to give Anthony Ogogo that great spot in AEW. It was an
Good
awful
point.
attempt, but it was an attempt nonetheless.
Right.
Cody be putting on for us, man. Like, say what you want about other guys. I mean, I didn't see Hogan try to help us out like that.
If you ask Booker T, he'd say differently, but that's a whole nother podcast.
I mean, Stone Cold and let The Rock beat him at WrestleMania until they were both getting ready to leave.
Right. Right. Good point.
You know, it's there. The evidence is there.
Can't beat those
Are we done both
allegations.
predictions?
Yeah, I think we cashed out.
All right. So I got one last thing. So BA, I'm gonna give you the pin. You are now the head booker of NXT and SmackDown.
Okay.
Give me your wrestling New Year's wrestling resolutions for both brands.
Okay.
Things you
Um
want to accomplish in 2026 on both brands.
I would want to see, as far as NXT goes, um them establish. I want to sign Leon Slater away from TNA. First and foremost, so he can win some matches finally. Um I gonna pit him against Tony D so I can beat Tony D and send him to the main roster in the sky because I don't know what they doing with him since he did that Bane presentation um, a few weeks ago.
He spine busted a few people and then left.
Threw some ripped up hat at people. I don't get it. um, so give me that experience happening. I'm gonna need to establish Callie Armstrong as my
Ooh.
women's champion after JC Jane gets sent up to the main roster in the sky. I think it's her time. I don't know how often she's been on Evolve since she lost that match to Kendall Gray.
Not at all.
That's okay.
I,
That's
I think I think her
getting
at
ready
least
for
her
her
call up to
debut.
NXT is like imminent.
Yep, so they're getting ready for her debut. They're gonna have to debut her as this big, strong, brute type of woman. Um,
But damn, she fine.
oh yeah, she's a baddie for sure. I'd let her body slam me, no doubt. She can body slam me.
Gladly.
Yes.
Gladly. Go ahead, hit me with that Nia Jax Annihilator. Yeah, let's hear it.
If the match that's gonna make money for ages is her versus Jordan Grace, that would be ridiculous.
You printing money?
That's printing money all day. Um, give me as far as what else on that roster, um, OTM being the heavies for Ricky Saints. Um,
You like that when I pitched that to you, didn't you? You
I like
like
that a
that?
lot. I like that a lot. Can't hate on that. But I think it would fit this new reiteration that Ricky Saints very well, and it gives OTM something to do, and for them to be finally taken serious, at least for me. Um, as far as what they got going on. But those are the main things. If I had to pin on what I would do with NXT, SmackDown. Hmm. Since we got an extra hour going, um, I'm gonna run back Dragonov and Carmelo, but I'm gonna add in Trick Willie for a triple threat. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna go hard.
Okay.
Uh, I would also have some sort of heel not named Drew McIntyre on that roster to challenge Cody Rhodes. Um, who I don't know. Um,
You got Obafemi.
they gonna book. You think he gonna be booked as a heel?
I mean, I know Journey disagrees, but yes,
Right.
I think Obafemi is booked as a monster heel.
Okay. Okay. Um. So yeah, that's who will be there for Cody because I think Cody needs something to do. That's different than what he's been doing. Because that if they gonna keep the title on him, that act is getting a little stale. Can't lie. I love Cody to death and what he's doing for the culture, but they got to give him some different challengers or something. Um, as far as the women's title goes, I would have Tiffy Time come back and have a feud with Jade.
Okay.
Um, now they might hurt each other in the ring, but but that's their character work would help carry that along. Um, I'm gonna have Charlotte do the obvious and turn on Alexa Bliss. They can have a feud. Why not? Who cares? Um, they can feud all the way through Mania. I feel. Um, what else? If I was running SmackDown, I would have, as far as being in the U.S. title mix, on the women's side of things, I would have uh, Julia still fighting for it. I would have an up and coming Lola Vice in the mix. I would have an up and coming Jada Parker in the mix. Um, because I feel like the in work of Julia would help out those other two young ladies.
Okay,
Even though they don't really, Lola's kind of, I think she would be fine. She can hold her own. Be more so to help out of Jada. Um, so yeah, if I have the pin for SmackDown, those are the things that come to mind that would need to be addressed first and foremost, as far as just big three things.
I
So
like that.
yeah.
All right, so my New Year's resolutions, I'm gonna take over Monday Night Raw and TNA. Um, so for TNA, I re-elevate Moose back into a main event spot for that title. And my feud to start off this new era on AMC is Santana and Moose.
Mm,
Like, because those are dudes.
no doubt.
Um, Moose, face of the franchise for a reason. Santana's on a run right now. Like, I would get them started with that. Um, Elsewhere in TNA, like, either we do something with Tessa Blanchard or we get her off the roster.
Yeah, that's they got to do something with that
Like,
because she's too prominent on their shows to just be ignored when they have stuff going on with
she,
NXT.
like, her views and her opinions and everything that she's done backstage and the racist shit aside, she's too talented and too decorated to just be in the lower card of that roster.
Hmm.
Especially when you look at like who's currently holding their world title. So either you have to, you know, I go to ownership. I just got the pen. I ain't got the checkbook. I go to ownership like, hey, either we're gonna ignore the stuff she did in the past and just move her up to this main spot, or we got to get her off the roster completely because they're not going. WWE's not going to touch her. They're not going to touch her. They're not going to take
Right.
her from us, and they're not going to use her in this like program that we're doing. If you're up to me, get her the fuck off the roster. But if y'all want to keep her there since y'all got the checkbook, then we got to move her up. We got to move her up because this thing she's doing with Alicia Fox right now, for lack of a better term, it ain't it.
No, it's not it.
Um, and pairing her with a brand new rookie, that ain't it either. Next thing I'm doing, since I got the pen here, I'm calling my good buddy BA over at SmackDown, and I'm asking if we can get a couple of matches with Styles and a couple of matches with the Motor City Machine Guns for our first couple of weeks on AMC. Because let's be real, Hall of Famers. And then third thing I'm doing, I'm getting that belt off of Kazarian as fast as I can. As fast as I can to get it back on Santana. Because he needs a run with that belt. And Kazarian can be a top heel up and down the roster, but not in this spot, not when we getting on TV for the first time in 12 years. For Monday Night Raw, my Monday Night Raw resolutions, I am thinking I call up myself and say, hey, self, can we get the Hardys? And I'm going to say, yeah, self, take the Hardys. Have a couple matches. Hardys, Usos, New Day, triple threat tag. I don't care where it happens. Do it at the Chamber. Do it at Mania if you want. That needs to happen. Three of the greatest tag teams of all time. I think the Usos need to win because they are the greatest tag team of all time. Next thing I'm doing, I'm putting that belt on Finn Balor, baby. I don't know how we get there, but we can get there. No clue how we get there. I'm just gonna put that pin and like, all right, end goal Finn Balor, and then we gonna reverse engineer our way there. Because the breakup of the Judgment Day is gonna be something epic, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure we're fully ready for face Dominic because heel Dominic is just so fucking cool. But we could do a face Balor. and get him to that spot. Or we could even keep Balor heel, have them both just be heels and try to out heel each other. That, that could work. They just hate each other. And then the last thing for my resolutions, we got to put that IC title on Bronson Reed.
Think so?
Yeah, like whenever the vision implodes, like he needs a run and he needs to win things. Like, you know, granted he took Roman's shoes, whatever. He's had these great matches and he's had these W's, you know, unlike you and the wise man thought. He needs to win things now.
Fair.
Like he needs hardware. Like I don't know if they're gonna do the King of the Ring again, but that'd be a great thing for him to win and then maybe lose a world title match. The IC title is right there. I think I wouldn't give him tag titles because that means it's just two singles wrestlers holding tag belts again, and we all know how against that we are on this pod. But that IC title is right there. Like,
Right.
he needs to win things,
Right.
and not the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial, blah 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 blah.
Right. Right.
Like,
That's
he
some
needs to
bullshit.
have hardware of some sort, whether it be the IC title, whether it be the Money in the Bank. He'd be a great guy to hold the Money in the Bank because you could have him hold it for damn near that whole year.
Right.
And then he's a guy where like you wouldn't. He's not the guy who would run down to cash in. He's the guy whose music would hit, and he would just walk down because the fuck you gonna do?
Right.
He just gonna walk you down, whoop your ass, tsunami you 3 times, and win a title. Like,
right.
I think if you want to do something different with how the cash in happens, Bronson Reed's the guy to do it. Because again, he's gonna walk you down. He's gonna walk you down, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Like, it'd be great. Like if he was like teetering babyface, if you had like a chicken shit heel with the title who was always trying to run from him. So like then at some point like his music hits and then the chicken shit heel's looking for him, then he comes out of the crowd to do his cash in. Like there are so many cool things you could do there.
Right.
But those are my New Year's resolutions. If I'm running TA and I'm running Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to get ready for our New Year's Eve duties. BA is going to go be Super Father of the Year. I'm going to go meet up with my friends and get drunk because I'm an irresponsible single adult. Next week, we will be back at it live on YouTube. I guess we're not live, but we are live. Live on YouTube. We are 3 weeks away from the Royal Rumble. Crazy. So the Rumble build is going to start. We're going to start talking about that. Just kind of seeing where we're going. In February, me and BA are hitting a Raw live in Cleveland. So be on the lookout for content from that. That's 2 weeks after Rumble too. So the build is going to be real.
Yeah, it is.
I've been to some shows on the road to WrestleMania. Those are some fun shows.
No doubt.
Don't forget to follow Let Me Book Pod on YouTube, on Instagram, on IG. I said IG and Instagram, Jesus Christ. On Twitter, on Facebook. The content is coming, guys. Pause. We're gonna try and work some more Impact into the show now that's on regular cable and not on Access. Yeah, guys, we got more coming for you guys. The Grapaholics pod coming real soon.
Yes,
that's gonna be something real fun. We got a lot coming for you guys in 2026. Happy New Year to you all. As always, get well soon, Kevin Owens. Happy New Year to you, BA, and my nieces. Anything you want to say to the people?
Happy New Year to you as well, Dub. No, we just coming back bigger and better, stronger as ever in 2026. I know I got some goals for this podcast that I want to make sure that we accomplish. I feel like I shouldn't say them out loud because I don't want to jinx anything. Don't jinx it. I'll just keep those to myself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this upcoming year. 2025 has been a whirlwind of insanity. Hoping for some peace and clarity in 2026. So I will take that. And yeah, and happy new year to all the good folks that watch this podcast and listen to us on a regular basis. Can't do it without y'all.
I mean, as long as your name isn't Rey Mysterio, you have a little bit of hope for peace. So
Right.
you
Right.
might be all right.
True.
But
Good
until
point.
2026, guys, we will see y'all when